सब्सक्राइब कीजिए हमारे चैनल डिफेंसेस को और दबाइए बेल बटन को ताकि आपको मिल सके हमारी वीडियोस की अपडेट सबसे पहले।
India conducted successful trials of the helicopter-launched NAG missile, Helena, now named DHURVASTRA anti-tank guided missile, in direct and top attack mode. The flight trials were conducted on July 15 and 16 at Integrated Test Range, ITR, Balasore in Odisha. The NAG missile has been developed to engage highly fortified enemy tanks in all weather conditions with day and night capabilities and with a minimum range of 500 m and maximum range of 4 km. It is a third-generation fire-and-forget class missile and uses an imaging infrared seeker in lock-on before launch mode. The missile is launched from the NAG missile carrier, which is capable of carrying up to 6 combat missiles. The robust imaging algorithm has made the missile hit the target at a distance of 4 km even in severe summer desert conditions, which is unique in its class. India and Russia are finalizing a defense logistics sharing pact that can enable seamless access to each other's military bases and support facilities, and the formal agreement is likely to be signed at the annual summit planned later this year. The reciprocal exchange of logistics agreement will simplify interoperability and enable support to military platforms like warships and aircraft, and is of significance as Russia continues to be a leading arms supplier to India, with joint exercises also increasing in recent years. Sources indicated that the pact is currently being negotiated and could be signed at the next edition of the annual summit when President Vladimir Putin is on a visit here later this year. This gains significance as the pact is being planned to be signed close on the heels of the worst Sino-India standoff along lack in decades. Russia has assured steady supplies of weapons following India's request for a variety of equipment under the Emergency Purchase Clause, including missiles, assault rifles, and key ammunition. Under the pact, warships will get access to mutual ports and exclusive economic zones to refuel and pick up supplies. The Indian Navy, with the significant strength of Russian-origin warships, will be able to smoothly transit through for exercises or refits using the agreement, while the Air Force will find it easier to deploy aircraft for joint exercises. Fighter aircraft will also get access as per the proposed pact. There could also be a component of deployment of troops in each other's country up to a certain number as part of the proposed agreement. India already has similar defense logistics sharing agreements with its largest training partner, the US. A similar agreement was also inked with France, another big ally, for joint exercises in 2018. Australia signed the pact last month, while discussions are on to finalize the agreement with Japan. The armed forces are currently working on over 100 emergency procurement contracts with a ceiling of Rs 500 crore each in the wake of tensions with China along the line of actual control, LAC. This procurement could easily eclipse the Rs 11,000 crore worth of contracts inked after the URI terror attack in 2016, the print has learned. Government sources told the print that there will be no shortage of funds for the armed forces, and any additional funds that may be needed will be provided. The contracts being pursued include those under capital budget. Defense Minister Rajnath Singh had, on July 15, given the go-ahead with Rs 300 crore worth of capital acquisitions to meet emergent operational requirements. As reported earlier, the armed forces are on a shopping spree, and the army is in the process of procuring armor-piercing fin-stabilized discarding Sabo, APFSDS, ammunition fired by the T-72 and T-90 main battle tanks, additional Heron drones, man-portable air defense system, MANPADS, mines, and high-altitude clothing, among other things. Sources said the Army alone is pursuing 100 contracts, both under revenue and capital budget heads. These contracts have an upper ceiling of Rs 500 crore. This does not mean that all contracts are for Rs 500 crore. Some could be as less as Rs 25 crore, while some would be closer to the ceiling, a source explained. Sources said the forces are currently managing the funds from what was already allocated to them in the Union Budget 2020. The funds for the emergency contracts are coming from what has already been given to the Defense Ministry, a source said. But the source added that if the budget is not adequate for making other payments under the normal procurement process, a request for additional funds will be made to the Finance Ministry around September. There will be no shortage of funds for the armed forces, he asserted. The Indian Navy deploying its MiG 29K fighter jets to key Air Force bases in northern India amid the ongoing border tension with China in the sensitive Ladakh sector is not out of the blue, said a source close to idrw.org. And Adampur Air Force Station, which lies within 100 kilometers of Indo-Pak border, has hosted MiG 29K jets in past too, and it's pretty routine for naval aviators to move to forward airbase at the time of heightened tension at borders. IAF MiG-29 UPG fleet has been seen flying near Ladakh with China in recent times, and some of the jets have been moved from its home base, due to which naval jets have moved in the airbase where this MiG-29S operated from to reinforce its western border with Pakistan. 43 MiG-29K jets are usually deployed on INS Vikramaditya and INS Hansa Air based in Goa. Some jets are also moved to Naval Air Base in the south from time to time, and some jets are spared for forward deployment on routine basics for pilot training purposes and also for weapon training for the pilots at the weapons range in the western sector. Indian peacekeepers' efforts have led to the surrender of 39 cadres of a prominent armed group in DR Congo, the army said on Tuesday. In an historical event, efforts of Indian peacekeepers led to surrender of 39 cadres, including second-in-command of MIG 29K, a prominent armed group in North Kivu, DR Congo, the army said on Twitter. Protection of civilians is the key mandate of the mission, it said. India is the fifth largest contributor of uniformed personnel to the UN peacekeeping mission. It currently contributes more than 5,400 military and police personnel to peacekeeping operations in Abyei, Cyprus, the DRC, Lebanon, the Middle East, Sudan, South Sudan, among others. Indian peacekeepers have always been lauded by the international community because of their efforts and services in promoting peace in war-torn countries.